Horoscope for May 12, 2021. Like this video and write a comment before watching. It helps create new videos every day. Aries. With Mercury in your communications sector until the 28th. Dear Aries, you're in particularly good shape for learning, studying, communicating, and connecting. Even so, you may want to watch for an overly intellectual approach in your conversations with Venus about to turn retrograde in the same sector. Watch, too, for being too busy to truly relax. If you consciously work on keeping your wits about you and avoiding mental strain or stress, you can benefit from gathering information and learning interesting things. Today, your eye for details is excellent, although it's best not to make big decisions due to several planetary shifts occurring around the same time. A Mercury-Saturn trine offers a feeling of groundedness through communications with relatives or acquaintances, friends, or even yourself. Through journaling, positive feedback can fuel your motivation to do your best and your confidence and enthusiasm. Taurus. Mercury is now transiting your sector of personal resources. Dear Taurus, signaling a time for adding the details to plans. Applying new information to business and money ventures can figure strongly. It's also a time for working with natural talents and putting them to practical use. You tend to be quick to get to the point or the bottom line in your conversations during this cycle. Today, a Mercury-Saturn aspect encourages practical thinking that helps you improve your business and professional interests. You might decide to face something you've let slide or put on a shelf, and this is satisfying. Conversations can be constructive, and you may learn a trick or two that helps you advance your goals. Keep your mind open, but also focused on the details that are especially important today. While transits today do boost your reasoning skills, it's not a good time to make the bigger decisions with several shifts occurring around now, not the least of which is Venus, your ruler, turning retrograde. Gemini. Mercury is transiting your sign until the 29th. Dear Gemini, and this can be a power period on a mental level. It brings more clarity to your life after a period of relative reflection and perhaps some indecision. You may jump off the fence about a matter or reach a significant conclusion. You have plenty of fresh ideas for the future with this transit. However, Venus is about to turn retrograde in your sign, and it's important to avoid being too technical or detached in your approach now. Do focus on innovative thinking. Today, Mercury harmonizes with Saturn, and you're quick to identify and focus on priorities. It can be an excellent time to follow through on a dream, pet project, or another endeavor that's close to your heart. Life may not be especially colorful today, but reliability can be a great comfort, and it's a good idea to take on some form of organizing efforts now. Cancer. Mercury is currently transiting your solar 12th house. Dear Cancer, and past issues or private matters are a strong mental focus. This can be even more prominent once Venus turns retrograde in the same sector. Happening tomorrow. You can benefit greatly from more contemplative or meditative activities, research, and reflection during this cycle. You may be a little more secretive or indecisive, but you can think of this time as a period of increased mental rest. Still, you might frequently find yourself sorting out and thinking through recent events. Looking for clarity. You might put a project to rest or finish up a long-term project. Today's energies are good for firming up and securing your life in little ways, and it feels great to do so. You are looking for results rather than ideas today. You prefer to channel your mental energies into something worthwhile or substantial. You're likely to have particularly accurate perceptions about an issue related to unfinished business from your past. Leo. During the current Mercury cycle, lasting until May 28th. Dear Leo, you're in particularly good shape for fresh ideas and interesting connections. Your communications flow smoothly, and there can be a marked mental focus on dreams, wishes, hopes, and happiness goals, as well as an increased interest in what others are doing, saying, and thinking. Networking activities increase and stand to offer real learning experiences. Even so, Venus is about to turn retrograde in the same area of your solar chart, and it may be best to avoid communicating too clinically or technically too often. It's easier to downplay the emotional side of things with this combination. which can lead to some misunderstandings. Today's Mercury-Saturn trine helps anchor you. It's not a strong few days for decision-making due to many different shifts going on. But this transit helps keep you rather organized. You may be able to tie together original ideas in practical ways. Or you might enjoy a reinforcing, supportive alliance or conversation that builds your confidence and makes you feel a little more hopeful. Virgo. Mercury is transiting your spirit sector until the 28th. Dear Libra, and you can find yourself more often than not focusing on longer-term goals or the big picture. This transit helps you get your message across with few or fewer disclaimers. Even so, your ruler, Venus, is about to turn retrograde, and there can be an introspective turn or shift in your perspective in the coming weeks. Today, Mercury harmonizes with Saturn, helping you get or stay on track. Focusing on what's doable will do wonders for you, even if it means making small progress rather than big wins. You might thoroughly enjoy sharing your ideas or vision with others, teaching and studying, while there are likely to be distractions or adjustments of expectations to deal with this week in a general sense. You can benefit from taking things step by step, or you might decide to focus on a special project and making solid advances with it. Libra. The moon spends the day in your privacy sector. Dear Libra, suggesting a need for some form of retreat or escape from the usual. A Venus-Neptune square can point to some ambiguity that interferes with your personal enjoyment in spots. However, uncertainty surrounding your work, duties, or schedules can be part of this. You are more compassionate but also somewhat vulnerable now if you're highly emotionally invested in an idea or belief. Be sure to take care of yourself while you take care of everyone else and avoid overcommitting out of guilt. It is not easy to focus on practical matters today, as your thinking is more fanciful and creative than mechanical just for now. Try not to schedule overly demanding activities if this is possible, for what needs your attention. Narrowing down tasks is best. Scorpio. With Mercury's current transit. Dear Scorpio, you're in particularly good shape when it comes to conversing about typically taboo, private, or deep issues. With Venus about to turn retrograde in the same sector of your solar chart, it's best to watch for overanalyzing or reading between the lines to your detriment. Kept in check. It's a valuable time for gathering information and getting to understand a person, project, or yourself more deeply. Today's Mercury-Saturn aspect helps you feel stronger for seeing things for what they are, not only what you wish or fear them to be. A feeling of emotional strength helps buoy you. There is a stronger attraction to what's beneath the surface or hidden from sight, and you can delight in trying to figure things out. An emotional dilemma could unravel or seem to solve itself. Sagittarius. You're currently in a more mentally oriented period for relating to others. Dear Sagittarius, you may crave more conversation and input, or you seem to attract it regardless. Venus is about to retrograde in the same area of your solar chart. However, inasmuch as you may desire openness and connection, there can be times when you feel that the emotional element is missing. It's a good idea to watch for an overly technical approach to your interactions. Today's Mercury-Saturn transit helps ground your thinking or communications. There can be a constructive conversation or session with someone who helps you organize your thoughts and gets you into a more practical, realistic frame of mind. Someone could be an excellent sounding board for your ideas or thoughts. Focusing on a project or writing out your thoughts can have positive effects on you. Problems are best solved logically, step by step, and in an organized fashion today for best results. The more you tune out the fluff and tune into the facts, the more valuable and useful ideas and plans emerge. Capricorn. Your interest strengthens in attention to details, work, health, and problem solving. Dear Capricorn, small jobs and duties are in stronger focus. You are less inclined to think about the bigger picture or to do long-term planning as you zero in on your daily affairs and routines. Today's Mercury-Saturn trine grounds you. And while today and the next few days are best left to observe then decide, this aspect does incline you to think in realistic terms. It's easy to spot the most valuable details, and it's an excellent time to give particular thought to constructive pursuits. Work-related strategies and organization can be very successful today. But keep in mind that your mind can change on matters soon. So plan with a flexible mind. Logical answers to questions satisfy now, and you seek out reliable results and substantial progress. You may be giving special thought to constructive pursuits, even if it's only in your mind or something is in a planning stage. You'll find that organizing your thinking is soothing now. Aquarius. Mercury is now moving in harmony with your sign until the 28th. Dear Aquarius, and is also in good condition. This suggests positive communications and a receptive audience for your ideas in a general sense. You'll find hobbies, entertainment, or romance more interesting, thought-worthy, or relevant to you in the weeks ahead. You may get the chance to shine or stand out from the crowd on a mental level. Or this can be a time of clearer expression of your feelings, ideas, and personality. If you've had trouble verbalizing your affections, this is a time for getting things out. Even so, Venus is just about to turn retrograde in this same area of your chart, and there can be some misunderstandings. You may need to avoid an overly intellectual approach to feelings. Today is great for diving into a project that requires attention to detail. You tend to be on the right track today. Even if conversations are not especially colorful today, they can be helpful and instructive. Keep things simple and methodical for best results just for now. Applying yourself to constructive activities or hobbies can help you get your priorities straight. Pisces. Mercury is now transiting your home and family sector. Dear Pisces, while it's not the most expressive or communicative of times in the Mercury cycle, it's a good period for sorting out problems around the home and for opening up the lines of communication with loved ones. Today, Mercury forms a harmonious aspect with Saturn, spotlighting common sense and a desire for a plan or strategy. It's a good time for organizing the home or for doing something productive behind the scenes. Focusing on what you can do to improve your personal life can be soothing and empowering. There can be a positive show of support through good advice or reliability. It's a great time to put finishing touches on a special project or for doing editing work. You feel better if you meet your responsibilities. You might also feel especially emotionally equipped to face issues that you would usually prefer to avoid or put off. Domestic matters benefit from a practical approach.